No one wants a fiesta after they finish school, but if you can focus your early career just like Henry Ford did, you can put yourself off to a great start. You must hang around to find out more. Hey peeps, what's up? Everyone knows who Henry Ford is, the founder of the Ford Motor Company. But did you know he began his career as a machining apprentice? I also started my engineering career as an apprentice, and I want to share with you why I think it's the best way to start off as an engineer. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to caveat this. This is just based on my experience. Ultimately, when I was finishing school at 18, I'd done A-levels in maths, physics and chemistry, and really I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I liked the sound of engineering, and I had an overlap in skills. Logical thinking, maths, problem solving are all traits that fit well in engineering. So I applied for university because that's just kind of the standard route that I was pushed down. But I also applied for apprenticeships in engineering just because I knew somebody who'd done it previously and they explained how the process works to me. I applied for both, and in the end I ended up accepting the apprenticeship. One key bit of value that I feel I got from my apprenticeship is just on-the-job experience. So many of my friends who'd finished degrees and then were applying for roles, they were just bombarded with must have 2 years experience, 5 years experience needed for all the roles they're applying for. So they ended up having to go through graduate roles anyway. I was from day one getting hands-on experience. In my apprenticeship, I was moved around all the different departments for the company I worked for. I got to work in manufacturing engineering, quality engineering, D&D, marketing, finance, work on the production lines. I got to have a real understanding of the business as a whole, how it all worked. And at the end of my apprenticeship, I was able to choose the department that I liked the most. And also I had input from all the different people I'd worked under as to what they thought fitted for me and where I fitted within the business. Another huge advantage to apprenticeships is mentoring. Every department I worked in, I was given a mentor or somebody who I could just go to with any sorts of questions. Not all of them were fantastic, and you will get the odd ones who, give you some naff jobs. Do make a banging cup of tea, by the way. But you also will get some that are just so good and so easy to work with. They will give you your own mini projects, give you your own deadlines, give you the freedom to work on your own with their guidance. People you can go to who have had 20 years experience within their job role in some cases. There isn't a scenario that they haven't met that they don't know how to overcome. And just having that person that you can rely on when you really need to makes such a difference. As an apprentice, you're given that room to grow, but you're also given the room to fail. You're able to take on tasks, and if you don't get it right first, second, third time, you're able to just start again, try again, get better, which leads us nicely onto the next value, which is expectations. Graduates come in and people just expect them to be learned, to have great understanding. But the reality is, after 3 years of an apprenticeship, I'd built up key engineering skills, but I'd also built up a lot of soft skills. How to deal with bosses, managers, how to deal with production staff, how to deal with cleaners, canteen staff, things that you just don't necessarily pick up when you're at university. Graduates also may have the knowledge, but not necessarily the ability to apply that knowledge or have previously applied it, and so they come into a role and they have to take their understanding and see how it fits in the current company, in their current job role, and that is something that can be quite difficult at the beginning, especially if they don't get the same freedom that apprentices are given. Obviously, a huge factor that everyone has to take into consideration is money. Ultimately, degrees are expensive, the cost of living is expensive. As an apprentice, you're earning whilst you're learning. You get paid, let's say in those same 3 years that have cost maybe 30-40 grand for a university degree, an apprentice has earned 30-40 grand. They've also had the opportunity to go on courses they've wanted to that are funded by the company, so that they have extra learning on top of what they're learning for their apprenticeship. And generally, I would say in my experience, apprentices finishing salary is about the same, if not higher, than graduate salary. And finally, I got my degree anyway. A year after completing my apprenticeship, I had a HNC. I found a degree course that was suitable for me and for the business. I put the business case to my boss, and he was more than willing. It was a part-time 2-year top-up degree that was in a way designed for ex-apprentices or people who were in full-time work that wanted to study for their BEng. It was a great course with a lot of freedom, and ultimately I finished, I would say, in a stronger position after those 6 years than people who'd gone to university, also had a degree but had less experience, potentially more debt, definitely more debt, and were in one role in the whole time that they were working, whereas I'd had a chance to experience the business as a whole during my time as an apprentice. And if you're still not convinced, there are degree apprenticeships available now. You can go straight away, do your apprenticeship, safe in the knowledge that you know you're going to get onto that degree afterwards because you applied for it from your apprenticeship, and it's a guarantee. As long as you put the work in, you'll come out with that degree at the end. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. There'll be more engineering and career related content dropping soon. Done.